Alright, the Mavs had another great start behind their stars just touching paint non-stop, but it all started with their defense and their stops allowing him to flow into their offense. They just reverted back to their defensive game plan from all playoffs and loaded up the gaps while leaving the weak side compromised. I didn't expect them to do that against the Celtics because of how dangerous it can be, but it worked and forced the Celtics to settle from deep. Outside of Jason getting his, or Sam Hauser getting a few, their half-court offense was stagnant, and it was obvious they missed Kristaps as that X-factor. Offensively, there wasn't that same spacing, or him just exploiting mismatches to get their offense going as he's done. Then defensively, there wasn't that same inside presence, but the others off the bench made up for his absence, and just them manning up got him back into the game. Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and Xavier Tillman all got individual stops that gave the team life, and their defense was their best source of offense in the first half. That same defensive effort even carried over into the third, and it was obvious the Mavs offense started to affect their defense just based on all the breakdowns. Luka started getting way too frustrated as the second half progressed, and I don't know if it was the missed bunnies or what, but his complaining slowly took him out the game. The Celtics just got to capitalize, and the Jays were getting inside non-stop or reversing the ball quick to expose the Mavs on that second side. Now that mixed attack leads to a great rhythm that even carried over into the fourth, until Jason Kidd took a timeout that saved the Mavs' night, and all of a sudden, their defensive pressure turns up. If it wasn't a tough bailout, it was a turnover for the Celtics, and now those stops are turning the pace for a 22-2 run in the next 8 minutes. It's no coincidence their best stretches of offense come from their defense, but then Jason Kidd nullified his greatest timeout with his worst, and the sequence of that into Luka picking up 2 straight fouls derailed their entire momentum shift. Those just slowed the game down, ruined their offensive flow, and ended up saving the Celtics down the wire. But even the Celtics withstanding that run, then making big plays right after still required a lot of poise, and as I've said before, that's been their biggest improvement this playoffs. Coming into this finals, I still thought the Mavs would have had that advantage, but it's proving to be the opposite, and it's showing from top to bottom. In the first half, their bench got their defense going for the rest of the night. Then in the second half, Jalen put on a ridiculous takeover, Derek White made timely trades once again, and even Jason had his moments or used his gravity to create good shots. Just watch the tape.